Hello, everyone. I'm Marty along with my good friend Ken Brown. We are your hosts of the local sports wrap-up here on Wyandotte Cable, Channel 15. Today is the last day of February, the 28th. It is 2022. Well, Ken, how was your week, sir?
I think it went really well. As we wind down from football and baseball's coming, basketball's the only thing out there, getting ready for March Madness. It was kind of slow sports week. So a lot of youth sports. Yeah, a lot of youth sports right now, which is kind of why we're here. So, no, it was good.
Yeah, there was the regionals are getting down. The districts are starting in hockey. The first thing we got to talk about is the Wyandotte hockey team, high school varsity hockey team. They got by Gibraltar Carlson, I believe, last Friday night, and in triple overtime.
Wow.
And 5 seconds left in the third overtime. That's even sweeter. It's even sweeter when it goes in. William Ballantyne took a shot from the front of the net that trickled by the goalie and gave Wyandotte a 2-1 lead. That they are in Division 3, Region 24, and it was a semifinal game versus at the Allen Park Civic Arena with Carlson.
And that's good for William, right, making the winning goal. But the star of the game was the goalie, right?
The opposite team's goalie?
The team's goalie
stood
was
on his head, I hear.
Yeah, Isaac Colossa. He's a junior, and he had 29 shots that he stopped before overtime. Before any of the overtimes, he stopped 29 shots. And they only let one past him all night. So I think they got 2 more, 4 more, 6 more shots in the 3 overtimes. So he stood on his head. You're right.
And they, according to what I've learned about the game, Roosevelt carried the play the whole night. There was a 4-minute power play that Carlson, had in the third period, and even I think the Bears had 2 or 3 scoring chances, shorthanded, and the goalie came up big, The Roosevelt goalie, he stopped 18 shots in regulation, and there wasn't much pressure in the 3 overtimes. But, you still got to stop the puck.
Yeah.
It's a little puck. It could slide 4-inch disc. It could slide through a lot of openings.
Yeah. I just wonder, a line shift. I'm just now getting into hockey a little bit, Marty, right? Because my son is playing low. How many kids you think played through those 3 quarters? His line shift's probably 4 at a time?
They probably carried 12 forwards and 6 or 7 defense.
Okay.
So they would sometimes more forwards and sometimes less. Now you have obviously first, second, third, fourth lines. In the overtime, I'm not sure how much the fourth line gets the ice. In the pros, even the fourth line doesn't see the ice, and those guys are world-class athletes.
Sure.
So I would say they probably rolled 2 lines.
Okay.
That's all. I remember Quint winning the state title, and he pretty much only rolled 2 lines the whole game. But he had Mr. Hockey on his team, and you want that kid on the ice as much as you could get him on the ice.
Yeah, and I guess I just say that because, triple over basketball game, you're exhausted. If you're playing 5 to 8 guys, so I'm just trying to correlate the sports to see how much energy did they really, really use during that time.
It'd be a great question to ask the coach, because I would just assume I would just roll 2 lines and I'd have my 4 best defensemen out there the whole time. I mean, I coached that game in the JV level as our kids went through it. And you're in a tight game. You would just roll your best players.
I got you.
I coached in the women's game for about a decade. Yes, and same thing. I would do the same thing. You got to put your horses out there, and your best players need to be your best players. It was pretty cool. I'll just say that. Now they move on. Carlson had a power play in the second overtime, couldn't score, and the Bears had a power play in the third overtime, couldn't score. But they did sneak one back, and I don't think they would say it trickled over the line unless it just trickled over the line. I agree with that.
No, congratulations, Bears. Yeah, go Bears.
I don't know who we take on next. Not sure, but we'll figure that out and tell you next week.
Yeah, they better be ready.
Yeah,
because the Bears are ready.
Yeah, it seems like that. Bowling, anyone?
Bowling,
anyone? Yeah.
We got high hopes.
We had high hopes. Yeah, it was not the best day, but the Woodhaven boys, they took the the regional title, and the Lincoln Park girls, who finished actually third in our league. They took the regional title. A lot could be said for bowling in your home house, and they were bowling in their home house. But I'm not making excuses for my kids. I blame the coach. You know, he didn't have them ready. We practiced there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I thought I had them all lined up. And we start out the gate, first 3 Baker games, 190, 170, 158. And then we did something we hadn't done all year, and it wasn't a 300 game. We had 9 straight opens. And then their anchor bowler, Angelita, best bowler downriver, strikes out in the 10th for 108. You know, we lose some ground. When you shoot those games, you lose a little bit of ground. And then our next block, we went another pair. It wasn't very good. So we were seated 6th. After a team game, we were 3rd where we need to be. But we just didn't finish strong enough. And again, like I say, your best players need to be your best players. They weren't. And it was killing Angelita. She just couldn't get it figured out on Friday. But, you know, there's next year we go for it. Then singles on Saturday. My goal was to get 3 in. Well, the best bowler downriver got in and almost won her 3rd straight regional title. She 6 pins. Yeah. She missed by 6, finished 2nd. And no fault of hers. The girl shot a 238 and jumped her. She came from 4th, I think, into 1st place.
Okay.
And you can't play defense, you know. You can't tackle them on their way to the foul line. You know, can't yell in the middle of their backswing.
Can't be the Cameron crazies and yell. No, you got to play.
No, not at all.
Integrity, right?
But the Warrior boys and the girls, they go to the state meet, which is this Friday at Thunderbolt, the team event. And Angelita will represent Wyandotte in bowl Saturday morning, like 8 a.m. over at Thunderbolt. If anybody's interested, it's if you're a bowling fan, it's good. It's good watching. You know, I enjoy going. Even when my teams competed, and wouldn't make it, I'd stick around and watch the finals, because if they take the top 8 in team, and you bowl 2 Bakers and a team game, and the most pins moves on.
Okay.
So it's, you know, it's pretty cool.
If your goal was to get 3, how many did you actually? How close were the other 2? I know Angelina got it.
TC was 21st. They take the top 10.
Okay.
Leticia Martinez was 21st. She had a bad game. She had a bunch of 150s and 60s, would have kept her right in the mix. The cut line on 10 was 166 average.
Okay.
For the boys, it was 200. If you shot 200 for 6 games, you were in.
I got you.
But the girls, it was 166, and TC was right there most of the day, and then her 4th game was 122. Yeah. She ran into a couple bad breaks, and not a lot of strikes. Yeah. Got to throw some strikes. But we finished 5th. It is what it is in the team, and the Wyandotte boys finished 4th. They missed by 45 pins.
Ooh.
You know, we missed by 117. But in reality, when you think about the poor Baker games and divide 117 by 21 games that we bowled, it's like 5 pins a game.
Wow.
That's a mark.
That hurts.
Oh, we missed so many 10 pins. And it is
so
what
close.
it is. I got to coach better.
Yeah.
I won't blame the girls. I love the girls.
You got to get out
there.
Yeah.
You have to, you know, I got to get them a little more ready. You know what? And now it's all about, let's get Angelita into the top 16 Saturday. And, you know, she's been in this match play 2 years running, and now she's a junior, and she expects to get there, and I hope she gets there, you know.
So with match play, it's 1 versus 16, 2 versus 15, like that? Okay.
It'll be good bowling. It'll be good bowling down there.
It'll be good.
But good luck to Lincoln Park. I mean, good luck to the Woodhaven boys. They represent Downriver.
That's right.
You know, we always tease Woodhaven, but you know what? Lincoln Park stepped up and bowled, man. They were 300 pins ahead of us, and you know, we won the league and they didn't. You know, they stepped up and bowled, and I went over there and congratulated them all and said, "Hey, represent Downriver proud." You know, and Coach Jessica, congrats, man. That was good job. Good job for her. We did have a champ downriver also.
Yeah. It'd be number 5 rated Riverview Gabriel Richard. They actually had an opportunity to play over at Eastern Michigan at the Convocation Center, and they were playing basketball against Everest Collegiate. Clarkston, Evers Collegiate. And I guess in the first half, one of their better players, Nick Sawakowski, he wears number 2.
Ooh, that's a name.
Yeah, he got hurt. And I thought the coach said something cool at the halftime. You know, his wife says you always leave them with some type of theme or something that they'll remember. And he told those kids, hey, I know you guys are going to remember that Nick got hurt, but let's go out there and win one for Nick. And then they went out and they played that second half like nobody's business, and they end up winning that game 47-44. He got tangled up, I guess, on a rebound, so that's how he got hurt. And then the paramedics actually had to come. So it is traumatic for kids to see their friend get carted off.
They were down a while. They actually ran a little warm-up period for them to get back in it, so they must have been down a while. Apparently he hit his head, something, who knows. I'll just say this. You got this kid for 3.5 years was their ball handler, their point guard, you know what I mean? And then he goes down. What do you do, But they were ready. They were well prepared. They made a couple of clutch free throws down the stretch. And
they kept their undefeated record. They're 19-0.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, 19-0.
Oh, okay.
So they're a good team even without Nick, but they played it for him. It looks like it was a collar or something. Like you said, I'm trying to think. There was they won with free throws at the end. A guy named Calhoun hits both ends of the 1-and-1 with 12 seconds left. And then Nick Sabush split a pair with 4 seconds left. And I think that splitting it, and we'll talk about it in the girls' game, like splitting it at the end when there's 4 seconds, that's kind of the best thing you could do. Because if you could go up, they can beat you with a 3, but they got to go all the way down court.
And
to
the ball's
do it.
banging around and the clock starts
running.
Going, that's they might have been told to miss it on purpose. A smart coach would say, bank it off the rim.
You got to hit the rim, though.
And the kid must have been solid because after one quarter it was 15-9, and then Gabriel Richard led by 12 at the half. And then, the kid's down, and you got to have a plan for the second half. And then, the Everest, they're called the Mountaineers, they made a comeback. They gave it a battle. But congrats to Gabriel Richard. I mean, anytime you can bring home a championship, it's their 3rd straight, though. Yeah. So that's a solid program over there. Yeah,
I'm trying to see with the CHSL, but they've won the Cardinal Crown for the 3rd year in a row. So
I'm going to guess Cardinals like Division I. I think it would be. Ours, we just call it, Division I, Division II, but Cardinal ain't much higher than a Cardinal, but a Bishop.
No, because it is Catholic League. I got you. All right. We got good news about the girls.
The girls basketball team had a senior night. Yeah. We were able to get a little film for senior night. And Caroline came, and as the girls are all represented, senior night's always fun. I did it in volleyball once.
I had an opportunity to do some things for senior night things, but Kylie Sparks, number 2, she's a 12th grader. Congratulations to Kylie, Grace Masalanka, 12th grader. Courtney Olson, she was a 12th grader as well. She plays forward, number 23. We got Sydney Britton, number 32. She was a 12th grader. And then we had Jordan Geizik, number 42. That's a great number. My daughter wore that number there. She was a 12th grader there. And matter of fact, they were, even after senior night, and they clobbered Lincoln Park 57-17 in girls basketball.
I wish we could have clobbered Lincoln Park.
We could have switched roles, right?
That's right.
57-17. What that earned Wyandotte tonight's districts. They play Southgate at Roosevelt, even though Southgate's technically the home team because of the record, but it's at the Wyandotte gym.
That's good.
Yep, so we'll have those results for you. Hopefully they get another win, and we can extend senior night another week. It's always nice, go out, win one, and they whooped on Lincoln Park for senior night, so those girls are feeling great about themselves, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Got something else there with basketball? The boys are just about to get going, aren't they?
Yeah. The boys actually, we got just a Downriver rundown from 225. Woodhaven beat Allen Park for 67-56. Lincoln Park, they beat Wyandotte 51-38. And then you got Taylor lost to GDF. Help me. GDF. And then Taylor lost 56-54. And then Lincoln Park actually beat Taylor 65-43. I know it was between Woodhaven and Lincoln Park for the boys' championship last year. So, last week, I mean.
All right. Well, now we'll go into the cheer because obviously, they say you have to get through Allen Park. You have to get through Allen Park. In Division II, 3 Downriver teams made a trip to Holly last Saturday, and they each got a spot. We had, let's see, where are we at? I lost where I'm at.
No, so they got after they won, they had actually extended that trip to go to Grand Rapids after they left Holly. So you're right. That's where you are. So in addition, Dearborn Divine Child finished 4th and also punched his tickets to the D2 state finals, which will be held 10 a.m. on this Saturday, March the 5th, at the Deltaplex in Grand Rapids.
Yeah, Allen Park, Carlson have been in the D2 state finals since 2008, 1 and 2. We discussed this last week. There's 2 solid programs there. If your kid's a cheerleader, you might as well just move her over to one of those schools. Now, if you want her to win some state titles, it'll be the 3rd straight if the Jags could pull it off next weekend. They had, obviously, the most points. And Carlson had a run of 6 consecutive titles from 2011 to 2016.
Wow.
You know, and then in between that, 2008 and 9, and Allen Park got the trophy in 10. Yeah. So it's just like
two-man show, two-man game. Yeah.
Got that right. Oh, what does it say here? The last team not from Downriver to win a D2 state title was Holland Christian in 2007.
That's 15 years ago. That's dominance. That's more dominance than Tom Brady and the Patriots for sure. Oh, that's good.
Go.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Southgate Anderson. That was the other team we were looking for, Southgate Anderson.
Yeah.
They finished 3rd in that strong pile there. But the final spot, Divine Child. There you go, snuck in.
Yeah.
And who else was in that division? South Lyon East. They were strong in football and everything else. Let's see here. Carlton Airport was 6th. Let's see. Marysville, Bay City Western, Auburn Hills, Avondale, Fenton, Flint Kiersey, and then Ortonville rounded out the 12th spot.
Okay.
Yeah. But then D1, where our beloved Wyandotte Bears are.
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Lady Bears.
Not so good.
They did okay.
They did.
Yeah. Wyandotte came in 7th with a 782. 7th is the highest that they've It says Roosevelt was back in the regions for the 3rd time in 4 years. Much like Lance Cruz, the Bears put together some of their best marks of the season, including their best first-round score, 236.
Nice.
And a third-round score of 317. And overall, a 782.
And what were we debating on that whole scoring thing, that the final round must be worth more points than the first 2 because their highest score was 230, first round score was 236. Yes, they posted a 317
in the third
round. So there must be a higher multiplier, whether it's 1.5, whatever it is. For the those that want to know or those that care, let's see, it was
Rochester
Adams.
Yeah.
And then it was Rochester High, their crosstown rival, and Rochester Hills Stony Creek. So 3 schools from that same area, and the top 4 was Plymouth, which was right across from, they got Plymouth Salem and Plymouth Canton.
Yeah, all on the same campus. Now the interesting thing about that is Rochester Adams is also the 2-time defending state champion in D1.
Okay.
So they
got their program together.
Yeah, the cheer goes through Rochester Adams.
Yeah, as it goes
Division
through,
1.
As it goes through Allen Park in the D2. One last thing, we talk about more basketball. The Carlson girls took on Trenton, and they earned the outright Downriver League.
That's right. I guess when we were talking about, the score was tied 47-47. Then they got a foul call with 2 seconds left.
What do you think about that,
I think
Mr.
you got
Brown?
to eat that whistle. I would have probably lost my mind on the sidelines.
I read the article
Lost my
earlier, and
mind.
from what I understand, Trenton, or what was it? Trenton called timeout, right? No, Carlson called timeout. They had the ball. Now they're trying to win because they can get. What was it? Trenton had the ball. They were trying to beat them. They were trying to beat the champs, and they call timeout. 6 seconds left, and they shoot the ball. And the scramble for the rebound is where the foul is called. Now, again,
Definitely eating your whistle.
Oh,
man.
you
You're
have to
definitely-
let that
loose
go.
ball foul.
And because they're in the bonus, you get to go all the way back down the court with 2 shots in order to win the basketball game.
Less than 2 seconds, so you get your free throw shooter up there. Now, I think that is hard for pros to miss on purpose, let alone make it on purpose, so it's even tougher to ask a high school kid, right? But this girl makes the first one, misses the second one. They don't have enough time to take the rebound and go back down the
No,
court.
because how far can they throw it
Yeah,
down the court?
yeah,
They're
yeah.
not going to make it.
Yeah, no.
And I'm saying, players are scrambling for the ball, okay? I love this article because it paints a great picture. It paints the picture that, they took a 3-point shot to try to win it. Because with 6 seconds, they was probably running down the court, and then right when he got to the line, bang. Now the ball kicks around, and me and you are jostling, and
I'm trying to get the ball. Yeah, we're gonna touch.
so am I trying to get
Yes,
the ball.
right.
And you get the what's it, the homer call?
Yeah.
I don't know where that game was. But I'll just say this,
It's a tough way to lose, man.
referee is just going to call it like he sees it. I umpired for many years, but man, you hate to have that be the deciding factor in a case like this. It's just the bench. Obviously, there's no arguing that the bench went nuts. The bench went nuts on the other team when that foul was called.
Sure, but you didn't.
The
call
stands
it,
went nuts
you
for
didn't
that
call
matter.
it a technical foul, right?
Right.
So the positive of it.
There's a positive.
Oh yeah, for Carlson.
Okay.
Carlson's 48-47 victory secured their outright 2001-22 Downriver League title. It marks the program's first ever Downriver League championship and its first league crown, 6/20/06. So it's the first in basketball, but of any kind since 2006, Carlson gets a Downriver League championship.
Wow.
And when the school was playing in the Dismantle Mega Conference, I remember the Mega Conference. So now they're playing in the
And
Downriver
that
League.
was Trenton was the 2-time reigning Downriver League champs.
And Trenton's always had a pretty good program, right? Underrated for sure. Yeah. Wow. That would have been a tough way to go out. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if I could have handled that.
Yeah, I wonder if they're bailing that coach out now. I don't know. Sportsmanship.
You play on, that's why we play the game.
That's right. That's right.
So we got to wrap up here shortly. Anything new and exciting going on in your life there, sir?
And other good news is the Braves had registration.
That's
Wyandotte
right.
Braves, they had registration last Saturday.
And,
They'll do it again this Saturday. I want to say it's from 2 to 6 or something like that. So get your kids signed up for baseball, softball.
Just go to the
anything
Copeland
else.
Center. If you see cars in the parking lot, you can still register. And you can always go to the Braves website, and I believe the Braves have a Facebook page. And you can go there and get the information. I know if you register late, the only thing that happens is you have to pay a little extra money or sell a few extra raffle tickets. That's how they raise their money. I mean, it's a lot of expense in the umpires and the dirt. Get piles of dirt. Get a dump truck full of dirt. It's no cheap feat.
Field upkeep, period. But what's the cool thing that they do now that they didn't do when we were coaching them? They got these little safety boxes, and you see them behind the dugouts. And so now you don't have to just have your car full of crap. You could just have the stuff at the field. You bring a key to it. It's like the greatest invention.
There is nothing better than that because Oborn started that, and Mike Mahalik has taken over that thing. And Mike, you're doing a great job. And yeah, the box is at the field with the bases, with everything you need to get the game started. Pitcher's mound is in there. A tape measure is in there. So you can put everything in the right place, find the spikes, We've got a rake in there so you can rake the batter's box. And then, Oborn put the clay he got the clay put in the batter's boxes late, and each coach had to sit through a flyer on how to repair that after every game, and you put more clay down and take that big pounder and pound it back in there, because no more 5-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch hole that everybody stood in all the time. That was the best thing he did for all those fields, and he even took better care of the Wilson fields than the high school than Wilson actually did, the middle school. So Steve, you get a lot of credit. Whose birthday is today? I saw on Facebook, Mr. Oborn. Yeah.
Birthday.
Someone else reminded me, but I'm not sure I know who that other person is. So Steve, happy birthday, and again, you can register for the Braves this coming weekend. As we wrap up, we wish Angelita the best, but I know the wrestlers are going to hit it this Friday and Saturday, and Wyandott's got good representation. 7 of the wrestlers, as we talked about last week, are going to be in the mix. I hope that the ones that sat out for the injury just because they got in weren't really that hurt.
Yeah.
Just didn't want to expend that was an experienced coach saying, listen, you're in.
Yeah, don't aggravate that injury.
No, or don't twist, don't hurt anything.
Yeah.
Give the guy, what's the difference, 3rd or 4th place? Give the guy, you're still in, dude.
Yeah.
Ice
up, get ready for the championship.
That's right. And they had 2 weeks to rest, which is nice because they probably need it. And we wish them the best also. So we will get with you next week. It will be the 7th on the Monday. We come back. We'll have a lot to talk about. Bowling will be over with, and everything pretty much will be done. We should have a ton to talk about. So, sir, always a pleasure. Hope to ride down. We're going to talk about potholes. There's some as big as my house. I don't know, man. I've been dodging them so far.
They fixed them on River Drive. Good job. Yeah.
On the bridge there? That's good. That was bad. That bridge is always bad. But they're bad up and down everywhere. Hi, Mom, I want to say. I let my watch our show the other day, put the headphones on her, had it plugged into my phone. She was laughing the whole time. I didn't realize we were that funny.
You're silly. Yeah.
So we'll see you again next week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to get a hold of us on YouTube and email us at Gmail. It's been up all show. Thanks for watching, everybody.